Right, let's go on to foundation. Push play. Let's begin. Oh, you have?
Yep.
Oh, you're on top of it. Okay. Thing I can tell you about foundation, start in the middle of your face and blend out. Because you want the heaviness here and blend it out to nothing here. Never forget under your chin. So. Just get it on nice and evenly. If you do it with your fingers, great. I often will, even if I'm in a hurry at home, will put it on with my fingers and get a brush just to blend it, because I don't feel like washing the brush later. But actually, while I'm putting this on, because it'll take a minute or so, make sure if you're using your makeup brushes, you keep them clean, because anything that holds wet products can hold bacteria. So you just need to make sure you keep them clean. You see here, I'm just blending down the chin, not heavy, just blending out to nothing. We've got a little bit of a fake tan line here. We won't worry about that today. But just so you don't have that funny foundation line. Just look up for a sec. Now I'm just going to connect the foundation with underneath to on top. And this is where, on the hairline here, we've got the majority in the middle. Just blend it up so it softens by the time it gets to the hairline, and you don't have, well, I know anybody with blonde hair always has foundation blonde. So yeah, just make sure you blend it out. You don't want that solid line. Now, I always do foundation before I conceal, because you don't know what you need to conceal until you've got your foundation on. You can see here, I'm just bringing a sharp line up next to the eyeshadow as well, because that will help keep it really sharp and defined. Freckle there, isn't it? Or did I put black on you? Oh, I put black on you. Get rid of that. So now we can sort of see what we need to conceal. So a lot of those red marks, they've diminished a lot. So now we'll just go and cover the big ones. There's a lot of theories to foundation. I'm just going to keep it simple. Get one that matches your skin tone and your foundation. If you want to get into depth, you can go into neutralising using opposite colours on the colour wheel, but today we're just going to go and get the one that matches your skin and matches your foundation. So I'm just going to go in here. Now, foundation, concealers are often quite concentrated. A little bit goes a long way. So what I tend to do is put a little bit on one side of the brush, turn the brush over and pat it down, because that way you're not putting too much on. And then I'll get my foundation brush, go over the top. Space it 1%. That one's nearly gone. So we've got more of an even canvas. I'm not going to contour with foundations today. I'll do it at the end with powders. So now that you're happy with your coverage, go back to your powder. Get a nice big brush, or a little one. I'm going to use a big one today. Once again, press it in first. Let it sit for a second, then buff it in. And don't forget to go under here because that's where you went to. Alright. And then just really big circles, just buff it in so it sets the foundation so it's not going to run off your face if you're sweating on stage. And there we go, that little spot's come back out again. Don't stress, you just go back in and cover it again. The other thing you'll find about makeup is after about half an hour, it will settle into the skin. So you might find that blush has disappeared. Just go back and put a little bit more blush. And now that that little piece of mascara there that I put on your face has dried, I'm just going to go in with a cotton bud. And just come straight off. Because it's not streaking because it's dried. Just blend that out. It's the beauty of makeup. You can always fix it. So once you're happy with your foundation, you've got it down here. It's blended here. It's blended here. As you can see, I just pulled lines up here to make that line sort of face the eyes up and out. We're going to go and contour. So young ones won't need contour. A little bit of soft rosy pink apricot-y blush will be brilliant on their beautiful, beautiful skin. Me, for the older girls, if they want a bit of contour, I'm just going to go in with a little bit of dark brown, a little bit of that and a little bit of highlight, and we're pretty much done. And then I'll just run you through some basics on lips. This is the biggest mistake people make is they draw straight lines with contour. Don't do it. Follow your cheek line, and I'll show you the best way to do it quickly. A little bit of darkness. Follow your line here. Come down first, a little bit round, and go up. Because you want the darker amount of product here, lighter up here. Just come down and blend up. Turn this way for me. If you really want a little bit of definition on the jawline, just chin up a little bit. Just run the smallest amount just through here, and it will make the light sit on your face better. Once you've got that on, just go in with a nice big fluffy brush. I'm just going to go in with a really soft pink today, just to highlight the cheeks a bit. You can smile. And the trick to putting blush on without being too heavy, hold the brush further back and just do really soft little. And don't stress if you've got a little bit catching, just go in with your foundation brush and just press it in a bit because it will sink into the skin anyway. Smile. Then if you want, you can go in with a little bit of highlighter just on the top of the cheekbone. But don't draw, if you put stripes on, make sure you go back in with your brush and blend it out, otherwise you'll walk on stage and you look like you've got two white stripes on your face. So always just soften it so it's just there, it's not obvious. Cool. Let's talk. Do you want to stop for 2 secs? Are you happy if I just want to talk about